as D+ was able to get that come from behind victory and eventually very dominantly end that one with a crazy team fight at the end.
Watched it, and
big congrats to them. What did you think about this draft though? I thought the two standout picks were obviously the Yone and the Talia here. The Yone pick for Zeus, he's been fantastic on it in the past, into Nars specifically as well. So he has this counter pick on the top side, wants to make a lot out of it, while bottom side they think they're going to be pretty self-sufficient with the Lucian lane. Doesn't end up working out that way because Deft actually plays the lane extremely well, swaps to mid early and gets some value there too against Faker.
First game's over,
the efforts they wanted to spend to try to get this Gnar behind fail, and in fact Zeus ends up being pretty muted through a lot of the early game, as getting outside lane by a Gnar. Things did fall apart, but I think really one bad fight from D+ Kia on that third Drake put T1 massively.
Okay, I missed
the Baron
this,
take it down, but D+
like,
did not give up, and I think at that point, you know,
care.
there was
this
a really big
what
swing in
happened
goals,
with
but D+'s comp,
in the
there
last
were
match,
definitely ways for them to come back in it, especially because that Yone did
what
seem a little bit,
is
you know, a little bit less powerful than maybe T1 was expecting.
Is quite okay,
let's take a look at the first macro
like
bits here in this game, because there was a pretty big lead for D+ Kia, right? There was a moment here where Herald is taken, and Guma and Keria decide, okay, we're just going to stay bottom here and get a ton of plates on this Lucian, we're going to force our own lead here. But Deft actually rotates mid here and sticks around while the Herald is taken, and Faker makes a huge mistake here in terms of where he's positioning on the map. Not close enough to his turret, there's a control ward here in the brush next to the river, so he doesn't actually know Canyon is coming down, but should know, because of the Rift Herald take, that he's in the vicinity. They get the kill on Faker, get massive play goal value for this area, plus the kill that Deft picks up. And what looked like a really good macro play from T1 to get that Lucian goal bottom side, ignore the Herald fight, actually backfires big time. That was a really big deal. I mean, it ended up being a very early gold lead to the side of D+ Kia because of that one play. They were able to get a lot of value with the Rift Herald in mid, and essentially what looked decent for T1 in the beginning ended up being a huge swing in favor of D+, and they were in a great spot from there. I think, you know, as long as they didn't kind of have that weird dragon fight against T1 and allow them to take the Baron, they probably could have just, you know, pretty cleanly eventually won that game. But that's not the way this game went.
Started another Baron.
We're not going to show the dragon fight, but you guys watch the game. The dragon fight goes poorly, then Baron is taken immediately afterwards by T1. They take full map control, and D+ Kia spend the entire time defensively just trying to take that vision away. They finally are able to do it with a really cool Talia's wall from Canyon. And then we'll go into the final highlight here, which is the amazing steal we saw with Canyon and Def using Extendo Beam here. Now watch Zeus in this moment. He wants so badly to deny this steal that he comes in here, doesn't hit Def at all, he's on the edge, so they can flash in perfectly timed with Def's W there, the Extendo Beam to secure the Baron steal. Because of the angle of everyone on T1 trying to group up on the right side to deny this steal, we're all trapped in this pit where they get followed up on so easily by the knockup there from Talia, and the positioning is just really rough into the Yumi ult as well. And so much of this fight, I think, is based on the fact that Zeus greedily tries to deny the Canyon from getting into flash range there for the smite. If he has his ultimate there to stop them from actually winning the team fight, even if the steal goes off, maybe they turn it, but because he uses it to go out of the pit, they fail to win the fight, and that's the game-winning moment for D+ Kia.
Yeah,
either way, I mean, that was so incredibly individually handled by the members of D+ as well. Like, not just the Baron steal, but like Showmaker perfectly setting up the seismic shove. He got 3 people in that. You know, Kellen timing his ultimate to lock everybody down afterwards. Like, D+, they were so ready, and T1, they do this at times where it's like, okay, we're just so good, we're really confident, this is our Baron, it's T1 Baron, you know, this is the thing we talk about all the time, we're like, we're just going to take it in front of you, fine. Like, they didn't clear out all the vision, D+ were able to just walk on up to the pit and say, okay, we have 5 members right next to the pit, and it just offers them the perfect opportunity to steal it. So while D+ did play extremely well individually, and as a team to win that fight, I also think that T1 a little bit overconfident, maybe even cocky to just say, okay, we're just going to take this Baron in front of you, it's ours. As we saw, it was not. Yeah, they had the Yone ult, and that made them feel just confident enough that they'll be able to pull this off no matter what, and it was super close, and it was an amazing steal. I feel like the one thing I'll say before we go into POG is, like, both of these these teams really fought super hard and had amazing individual plays to steal the game back. Like all three of those critical moments in the game, the early game lead, the take back from T1, and then the steal on Baron, was neither team messing up, but the other team just saying, this is my moment to steal this game away, and that's what I loved about it so much.
Yeah, I mean, it really showcases just how strong both of these teams are. Like T1, they have the great teamwork to make some of those crazy T1 Baron calls, and to sometimes, you know, especially against teams that are not ready against it, to just like take objectives, take over the game immediately, like Chronicler was saying. Like a lot of times T1 would just do that and then just win, even off of like the first Baron. But D+ was too good. They were able to get so many strong fights, and especially that last flank from Canyon as well, just kind of put the nail in the coffin. They were already ahead, they were already probably going to win, but then like just to do that to them and kind of make them look silly in the mid lane. Yeah, to add insult to injury and really take that game one.
In my opinion, it was his bad. Like, he could kill Zeri and turn
in terms of his 2v2 in the laning phase, he played it extremely well. They said, forget traditional lane swaps and lane assignments, let's put Talia bottom side,
like
and put Def mid, look for that kill on Faker. Just beautiful play overall in the early game too for D+.
Like,
yeah, just really good stuff from them. Let's see who, one individual player who will pick it up, it will be Canyon. Who,
Polar
all,
Bear
the early game was insane
got
from him.
the
He created so much work in the bottom side, and then of course some of those late game fights were also insane.
Literally was
so many of these moments to your bottom side were set up by Deft as well, winning
but I
lane
guess
really
Deft
hard
played
here
really well as
against
well.
Gumacaria, and he had Kellen's help, of course. This is not the Lulu lane, right? This is actually Yuumi going over with the Zeri, and sometimes the Lulu lane can really lose out after level 2 and you can sit back passively. But as Chronicle was mentioning on the cast, there are some timings actually where you can trade really aggressively with the Yuumi. Played that well. Canyon capitalized on those moments, right? And I felt like Luna was very absent in this game.
Would be dead.
I think we will see a few split votes. Actually, no, not a single one. I thought some Deft voters would be here because of how well he's outsealed, how well he played the early game, but it's all Canyon all the time here.
I thought it would be like 6-5.
Let's say, just some of the plays he was able to make, but a great team effort from the side of D+ Kia. They take game number 1. Let's go back to the casters for game number 2.
Game number 2 is going to start.
Canyon not robbed of his 11 out of 11. I even think that with the fact that it said Zeri that got the steal on the Baron, that was still Canyon.
Now
so
I
beautifully
think
to make
T1's
sure
going
that Odeio didn't even have a
stick
that
with
was
the blue side, I guess.
Pure teamwork of Parker and the Polar Bear. Two animals together.
Yeah, I think T1's going to stick with the blue side. They're going to play Collision again.
I've got to respect,
I think they're gonna
even going back to those replays, there are so many small micro moments that could have decided that
no, actually, I don't think they're gonna ban something different. I think they're not gonna pick Wukong.
I could see
I think that if they picked Vi, then the game would be a little bit different.
I don't think they win. I think the game just goes on for another 15 minutes and maybe they win, right? I think that gets them a reset. That gets them a fight for an Elder Drake, perhaps, in the past, in the future.
Maybe
so we could have still be casting the game. It could still be going now. But
so
instead,
Maokai's banned.
we're in game
T1
number 2. We'll see whether T1 can bring this one back. As DK, once again,
they're gonna
on
ban
the red side.
Again.
And we have
DK's gonna
similar
be
bans thus far. In fact, no changes whatsoever. Varus and Caitlyn, both of them immediately locked away. And so, Nami first pick to come in yet again. And
Zeri
Yuumi don't fix it, so I could imagine D+ Kia probably going to look at a similar thing.
I don't mind a run back.
I would like the Yuumi
Sejuani Yuumi again.
Not going
They're
to be
gonna
the case
go with Lucian this time. Don't pick Wukong.
I guess you know
it was a bad,
Zumi's cooldown doesn't mean.
I think they can pick Vi. I think Vi here is gonna be good.
I think everyone's kind of okay
Wukong
with
Vi,
the exact
please.
same game being replayed again.
I personally love Vi. I actually do think that Vi
wasn't bad,
specifically
but
will be Zeri Yuumi.
I know,
very valuable.
Wait, what?
Denting blows also pretty good against the tankiness of Sejuani. I like it.
It's a 2-for-1 deal.
I know.
It's beautiful. Like pimples.
The Zeri, you know, and maybe you get a free Yuumi for your efforts as well.
That's for Zeri. Lucian, Nami, and Vi is really good against Zeri.
Very similar now.
He can go Saver this time, right? He can go Saver to spell shield Vi.
I really like the Vi.
I think that's Zeri. I think Saver doesn't do that much. Zeri's
pretty decent, but there's a couple of champions
T1
already
has
comes to mind, but even something like Lissandra in the right matchup, I do think really pushes that 2v2 over the edge and allows you to get very aggressive with it.
And they need it here.
Jace could have taken away your end. I would not be shocked if D+ just lock in R4 and R again if T1 don't ban it, because we had our question marks, but all things considered, Kana is not the top lane in general. Doesn't matter right now. It's not about top lane even
DK is gonna
remotely,
pick
but
Gnar for sure.
making sure that you can again let Showmaker react with his wild champion pool and just throw Kana on tank / soak duty, I think is completely fine.
Well, Renekton would need to be banned here to even things out, and
okay,
instead
DK
it
banned
will be the Gnar. Sorry,
this time, so
Renekton, right?
well, I mean, now T1 needs to not ban one of Cassante or Renekton, otherwise
I think they're gonna
D plus Key gets
again.
the one of them that they don't ban. So the Talia will be the ban away this time
Talia
around.
was
I
really
like
good
that
this,
adaptation from T1.
match.
I think Showmaker
Counters
played
Lucian a
fantastically,
lot.
but also
Counters Vi
Talia
a
just
bit,
makes living your life as a Lucian feel awful. Vi also would be having a real rough time.
Oh my God,
so Cassante will get through. That looks to be Canna's choice here.
And
they
the counter response to Cassante is Jax. At least I'm seeing Jax versus Cassante a lot in other leagues such as LEC. I saw Jax versus Cassante like 3 times in LEC. Like in 3 matches, so it's quite weird.
Showmaker, as mentioned previously, very happy to pick
but
up.
I think Jax is gonna be the answer here, and Snap Badge.
Well, that's what I was mentioning earlier.
He's gonna go Azir first. I think they're.
It is not.
I guess they think
Azir
like
game,
they're
and
going with
T1
Jax or not.
seemingly going to remain with what has worked for them thus far.
But yeah, Azir was kind of guaranteed, so
the major swap out. Now, obviously, we're not going to see the Yone
Telly is
again.
banned, so now the Showmaker needs
doesn't have the
to
greatest
go
early matchup,
for
and
like
Fiora
Victor.
could be another.
Victor's,
Camille,
I think
in
Victor's
terms
good.
of setup
Camille's
with
actually good
the
because
Vi, I love. But I do think you can run into some troubles into whatever Showmaker is going to pick up here. Yumi also somewhat obnoxious to play into.
I
And
think
instead it's going to
Victor
be Jax,
is
who early on doesn't have the best
like
matchup
playable
against
against
Cassante,
Vi.
definitely outskills him inside very, very
But
reliably.
it feels good
Also
against
strong
Azir.
together with the Vi.
Oh, you can play Holly though. Right,
this would be the aggressive choice. Also the lane choice.
Wait, but
Silas would be
you
the
can't
team
play a
fight
Silas as
choice.
well. Like a Silas.
Or Showmaker here, but it's a Kali that's picked up. Oh my goodness. Some of the most famous Showmaker plays were in fact on this Akali.
There are no really good
a
options
few years ago.
for Silas
And
to
melee
hijack
champions,
ultimates here.
Showmaker,
The only
Chovy,
really good one
definitely
is
2
Fakers.
players that absolutely love this. The permafrost synergy
I don't know.
also
Silas feels really
far
good.
better this time around for D+.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go into.
Yeah, I
because
think
Canyon
Holly is the best choice here.
was MVP, 11 out of 11, ran the early game, and that was, sure, mostly bot side focus, but also
go
without
with
really
Wild
anyone
and
enabling him on a Permafrost.
Lock in
Now,
Lucian, but
both
it
Cassante
really feels weird as
and
well.
the Akali
You
mid-game
could go like
skirmishes are
with
absolutely
Wild
lethal
and
for
Sonya,
this team.
but
And the early game to
think
me is
that's,
the point that
the
T1's
correct
got to
play
change
in
up,
universe,
because
so
even with how
it's
well
okay.
they played the mid-game, if they get into mid-game on even footing, I think they can build their lead further. We see the explosiveness that this team is capable of. This draft definitely does enable this.
Koreans,
Still has a lot of late-game answers.
I think Koreans are quite shy, just like
you've got a
Japanese, right?
Psyduck,
Yeah.
which would be the
Like
Zeus
they're
absolutely fantastic stuff there. Glad to see some more Psyducks being used for the Zeus fandom.
They just feel really shy, right?
Here in Lopar.
Oh, boys are kinda okay with this, and this left one looks like double lift.
Giving you space because I was expecting you to go on.
Oh no,
I already saw this guy.
I know.
To do that.
I know Psyduck,
like the last
obviously.
game.
I'm well acquainted, but you generally go a little bit further when it comes to your
they always like
sharing your knowledge of Pokemon. But
lift
looking at these drafts, T1
their cards,
still very strong 1-3-1. Can team
posts,
fight great peak potential,
they always
and on the side of
cards,
D plus Kia, do think that their skirmishing, if they can get good setup, is very strong. We saw the power of
like
Japan
or something.
Yeah, well, we'll see whether
I
it's
know
going to
that
work this time
at least I
around
know
as
that
well when we get those 3 games.
Japanese people are also shy. So yeah, and T1's and oh my god, T1 versus DK. Game number
T1
2
fans
is going
definitely
to
a full
start
voice
again.
here at Lowpark today.
We have Jax versus Cassante in the top lane, so
their fair share
feels like LEC.
Well.
But I don't think LEC plays Solution Enemy as much as LCK, especially T1.
Does help.
I think the way you should play like 5,
some of
at least
the
4
news that we
games
had
with
when
Lucian.
Deft
Oh my
was
god.
first announced for D plus Gear. It was
I
actually
think
Canyon that sort of invited him onto the team.
5,
and we could see already,
6,
like, you take that Baron Smite, for example, that synergy between
last
the 2
game,
players is kind of already
the game
there,
was really,
which
like,
is something that I've seen a lot of people
close.
mentioning online and things like that. It's just really, really cool to see. And we'll see whether that continues here in game 2.
It's also
funnier,
for Showmaker and Canyon the first time
I hope they win.
that they... Oh, hold up.
Yeah, just going to walk straight in there. They knew. Carrier down to about 300. Kellen popping and blocking, having a great time.
What?
And this early game working out real well. Was that some spamming from Deft? Of course, Deft and Carrier are very good friends. And so probably
dance emote.
Pretty good faith.
No, not emote.
Really nicely done there.
It's pep dance.
Both teams aware of where the wards were, so DK playing around vision and able to get
Carrier just healing. Level 1 gank, oh my lord.
For the wave control.
Okay, Zay is trying to...
I kind of respect it.
Trade. Can he trade like level 1? Oh my god.
Presses Counter-Strike.
Okay,
Kana struggles a little bit.
It's not losing.
In the engage, missing that third Q, going to be a little bit sad.
Just not losing,
Kasante,
right?
Look at that.
Decent win rate.
See that? 2 wins and
6 wins.
Got
and in fact,
G on that as well.
I mean, all jokes aside, I think that his was the most impressive.
This Azure versus Akali matchup's really bad. Like,
pretty out of control.
In lane phase, Azure just dominates Akali. You need to play like with the Honor's Shield most of the time, but it would work. And second wind to survive lane.
Struggle afterwards as
wow, Gumi Showmaker. This time they're winning like the lane phase. Oh my god.
It is somewhat reminiscent, this Canyon.
Okay,
say hello.
Showmaker just gonna try and push Faker out of this lane, of course. The amount of control Faker has is definitely very high. As Canyon doesn't make it over the wall. That was an interesting interaction there.
What?
Showmaker just backflipped over just to see what was going on. When he gets over the wall, doesn't find the Vault Breaker damage. As Permafrost, Winter's Wrath, Canyon absolutely fine right now. As Gumayushi dashes forward yet again. Gets the zoomies. Carrier gonna have to deal with that Prowling projectile damage. And just some biffo towards the bottom side.
I mean, like, it doesn't do much, but
see whether these junglers
it feels like a
change up how this lane is
especially if you're like using first strike, right? Because you get gold.
What I originally wanted to get into when we were
it is really good to
by
have
the level 1 shenanigans here
not
in this
pressure,
lane,
but
is that
to trade.
In
At least
all
to trade, it feels really good.
Showmaker never have played with a truly elite level AD carry.
Both
We've said Ghost at his heyday was still
like
very serviceable, right? Very good weak side player, really worked for what that team wanted to do.
Yeah,
but even with Dokdom last year, who had an incredible split on Nongshim, he really didn't fulfill that role as Zeus.
All right, let's see whether Kana can find it. He does not whatsoever, but still, Zeus could be in trouble here as, Arctic Assault's going to miss. So never mind. Zeus just walks it out.
I don't think I've ever
Sometimes the Jax walks a bit faster than you
I don't think I've ever seen Canyon miss.
Cool kids never sidestep. Just keep walking.
Gank like this.
In case you're wondering,
like
Cool
this
Kids
time,
is the live sandbox.
because of that, like owner just got his blue buff.
Ham-fisted into as many different ways as I can.
Well, they don't panic, and they haven't yet. We'll see whether they do against Breon, the greatest test
say
here in the
LCK. Mid.
Panic, so by definition,
getting pressure by Faker.
He is now Cool Kid.
This matchup. This, like,
I do like what you were talking about with D+K never really having that elite AD carry. Also, when they won with Ghost, it was in a very top mid meta. We're going to have to hold that thought yet again. This Arctic Assault is going to land. Showmaker looks for a few 5-point strikes. Faker is going to be absolutely fine for now. Backflip connects.
This is one of Faker's characteristics.
Very large,
like,
so
really aggressive
on it.
It feels like so weird.
The game go down to a little bit more of a slower pace where we get to finally talk about these changes that we were talking about. And that
who would like try to trade like this?
One more point, very quickly. Owner actually able to, thanks to that gank from Canyon, also trying to really pressure Showmaker, who was getting bullied by Faker. As a result, got found out by Owner. Owner actually taking a fair amount of bot side jungle camps, and now as a result is ahead in the matchup. Unlike in the previous game where Canyon was both able to farm and then was still able to get ahead of the farm, or was still able to have a bigger impact on the map. Now Owner will have a pretty sizable lead as he clears his bot side jungle.
And it was really bad when you lose your first
game.
strike as well.
And back to you,
LOUCOS.
Alright, and so what we were talking about was when
this buy
Damwon Kia at the time managed to win.
For me, it feels weird to buy like
20. It was with Ghost. I'm gonna have to hold it again. Deft has to use barrier. Taken down extraordinarily low. As Zeus brought under the turret. Canyon's back again. Let's see whether Arctic Assault's gonna land. It is. It gets the flash this time.
Oh my god.
D+Kia get a successful gain. Level 6 gain here by Canna, but now Deft and Kellen will be in a lot of trouble. Owners moving down. D+Kia, they know exactly what's going on here.
Showmaker's on his way.
Yeah. He's more damage.
He's running.
He's going to have to get here fast. The interruption on the back there from Zeus, who's now going to start the fight onto Canyon. Blast Cones to get his way out.
But wait,
he's going to eat some honey fruit, and this might be able to help him in the 1v1. Permafrost going to come through as there is the ult back. That was very weird. Don't know what happened really. They're going to continue the weirdness underneath this turret towards the bottom side. Ryushi taking a lot of damage, but they're going to successfully get the dive off against the Zeri.
Yumi's alone now.
1 for 1, I guess.
I don't know what happened with Zeus. I mean, like, why did he
don't know if it had to be.
He could just
with
run.
Zeus.
I think
maybe overestimating his safety there, gets pulled out of his leap strike by
Kana.
And
he would miss like the entire wave, but
felt like there were angles for him there. Obviously, his back gets interrupted.
Cannon's
is very strong, and also might be a miscommunication here. Faker currently catching a wave underneath his turret, but yeah, to me, I wouldn't be surprised if Zeus thought that he could, at the very least, just get out of here safely. But even yeah, of course, he got interrupted. But even if you finish that leap strike, I think you might still be in trouble. And he is buying a lot of time, but the display on the half of the map was already set up regardless. So will be the kill going over to Carrier. The best, although a nearly mandate finish, you're still going to take, but obviously, ideally, you get that kill on Guma.
There's a big way for Zeus.
Yep, this stage of the game, you're probably kind of okay with it because that mandate spike full Guma is also really, really high.
It's not the end of the world.
No.
Once again.
But still, would prefer that money on the Lucian. As Carrier coming on forward, getting some vision down so that T1 can secure the first dragon of the game. No Cloud Souls.
Top lane, I guess.
I'm personally quite sad.
But
Everybody else probably pretty happy.
It's better to cover
waves under here. Showmaker sort of out of the woods, kind of, with how this matchup goes.
So
see how he's going to be able to play it out as Deft and Kellen,
you know,
down here just trying to take some control back, and they will be able to do so with the fact that Showmaker gets inside track in this mid lane.
Doing the Herald,
Canyon also going to secure first Herald yet again.
Please note that.
T1 not quite finding the pace this game that they've had in previous ones with that dragon
that much about
delayed.
Zeus is that he
However,
always
due to
dies
the early ganks from Canyon,
I know
kind of being
if
more
it's
centered
top
around
lane
mid
general,
lane and Guma and Carrier this time around, not really getting into trouble early on. We do see the more conventional Lucian Army versus Zeri type of lane where they're continuously getting shoved in, they're dropping on the plates, also a lot of effort goes over to Owner there, who of course with his dives with Ladonis.
Yeah,
we're going to
test.
Canyon, let's see whether he can survive this one. He does get in there, but Owner is going to lock that one down. The fight immediately goes down. Oh, it's a double kill for the Zeri! And Showmaker, the perfect execution's fantastic. Canyon limps away with his life intact.
Oh my god,
T1's going to lose this. Oh, what were you saying about the bottom lane again?
Jax.
Both bottom lane and top lane are a disaster, so never mind, I guess.
Oh my god.
Wait, Canna got a solo kill in that? What?
Yeah.
Okay, Canna just soloed Zeus.
Jackson to Cassante works if you get to the later stage of the game, but early on, Cassante is going to kind of dunk on you. And the key thing here is that Owner already gets taken so low, so this is a 3 versus 4 right from the get-go. T1 takes too much damage from the Baron.
In the meantime, in the mid lane, Owner is just going to kill Canyon, I guess. Now Carrier is flashing on top, and it's a double kill. So Owner's redeemed as well. Back to you, Chronicler.
I don't know what's happening in this game.
I am. Okay, so,
never mind. Back to me. Deft's going to come in and see whether he can get a steal on this Rift Scuttler.
Get him, Deft.
All right, he's gonna go for it, and it's not gonna happen.
Okay.
There we go. Back to you, Chronicler.
What's happening mid? Oh my god.
So, all things considered, we are now looking a little bit closer in terms of T1's position, because obviously what happened was a disaster. Zeus probably just gonna. Oh no! Not even Kana just flashing in proactively, recognizing that Counter Strike didn't get enough done, and then running Zeus down.
Cassante things.
Yeah, nicely done. He has a big lead, right? So already at that point a kill up. Then
what was that range?
Canyon just drops a turret in mid, seemingly unaware of where Owner is, and Owner just comes in cute.
Okay, Carrier just flashed to give Owner like buffs, and this buffs give him like low speed up, so he was able to catch Showmaker.
Not Andor. But even just the speed up would have been enough there to secure a kill, and it's a little bit better as Guma.
Yeah, I think that might be a dead Gumayushi. He's gonna dash and try and get out of the way of this one, but the final chapter's there. It's a drive-by from Kellen,
so he
and
doesn't
now
have
Carrier is not going to be super safe, but Owner is in the area. Looks like D plus Kia are not going to overstay their welcome, even if it is a 3 versus 2. Once again, a bit of a battle between these top laners.
I think he was running
still fighting, and isn't
like
behind by
last
too
match
much CS necessarily.
He also had Talia
still a dire situation
to cleanse like.
Another look that we're used to seeing from T1, right? Them actually taking such a beating. Zeus individually not looking as hot as he has in the past. Guma and Carrier actually getting taken down.
I've seen this one before, but the Q is going to miss this time around. And think about the level of catharsis here for Canna. Remember, he was the one replaced by Zeus on this exact T1 roster, right? Like, this must feel fantastic to get some revenge. And after his time on Nongshim, where everyone was like, oh, it was the greatest
that much with
from T1
as well.
During that whole year, this must feel really good to finally have a good game against the young player. And this is, of course, not saying that there's anything wrong with how Zeus has been playing. It just must have felt a little bit rough to be Canna last year. And this must feel fantastic.
Yeah, as we are
like
again looking
Exhaust
at
good against Zeri.
Okay.
I think Exhaust is good against Zeri.
How many times are we going to see this seesaw?
Well, I don't know. I think as long as we're watching this matchup, that's how it's going to go.
Carrier, I guess.
Bit of damage here.
Gonna Carrier go with
goes in,
Exhaust and
to slow down Owner.
I don't know.
I like how Prowling Projectile's being nerfed so many times that it doesn't even look like a slow anymore.
Carrier in the Carrier field.
Very barely does
Ignite
anything.
is really good here. Does add up some
the rest of Yumi entirely
pressure,
unbalanced, but that ability hit with that band.
You see the question mark picks come down as well, but I think they're expecting it to be Callan and Dev.
Against like Sejuani,
and unfortunately,
at least to exhaust Zeri so she can't deal that much damage
ready
or
for
something
this, and
like
Owner is in the vicinity as well, so you feel relatively safe there.
But yeah, Zeri has
T1 bot
4
lane.
kills.
Fortunately for Zeus, he has now finished his Divine Sunray, which is going to help him out a lot, but with the state of top lane as it is right now, I don't expect that he will be able to actually try and match and really get anything on Canna until he gets to the very least the second item. That's going to be quite far away. So
mid lane's just okay, but Akali is better.
Sante is a relatively fruitless endeavor, generally.
Akali,
so
I think it
I'm not going to feel too good about that one, as we have a lot of relevant trades. The only one that you don't really want to roll
Akali has as much as value
Hex or the Chemtech rather. Everything else, if you're either team here, you're going to love.
Yep, you're feeling pretty good about it. Let's see, 10 seconds, and then we have the Ocean
must
Drake
feel
available.
Really good, like to be Canyon,
exactly what it's going to be. Zeus gets himself a plate. He'll tank a bit of damage here.
That hit.
T1
Zeus was that.
goes for Dragon number 2. See who's going to be able to win this fight. Gold entirely even. The whole game kind of hinging on the next battle between these teams as far as who's going to have that first mover's advantage moving into the game.
And even though Deft is in a great position in this game in terms of already having his shield
like the bent Talia, right?
Talia was a good band. Rather is Dance. And I wouldn't be too surprised if D+ try to go for a cross-snap trader as opposed to trying to actually hard force the fight, because unless Showmaker immediately gets backline axes and blows Guma up,
if you play Lucian Nami,
run into some risks, but no,
is very
I was wrong.
strong.
D+ are looking.
Yeah, they're looking at cake and eating it too, as it is going to be a Mountain Drake as well. That's going to be absolutely massive, honestly, for either side here. But Casante's licking his lips, looking at a potential Mountain Soul. Both teams capable of picking up 3 of those Drakes.
Okay,
Very times, the next few Dragon fights are actually going to be very important in this game.
Good as well.
Really is, because we have double Radiant version users. We have Casante, obviously skills off of tank stats. We have a Jax who also, if he is able to, in addition to the damage that he get even more heat, he will be a very tough opponent to deal with. As there we see, that's another one. I'm sure we're going to go back up and down a few more times. Vision control, 41 was great there, allowing them to be aware of D+'s key attempt to still try and contest for the objective, while picking themselves up the Rift Herald. Then, if they can open up mid and start maybe setting up some kills around Guma and Carrier, who right now are very, very strong. Mid Carrier was really hard to contest for D+ for the foreseeable future, so Could be a little bit harder to play around any of these objectives, but I am also worried that we might just not have anything happen for the next 3.5 minutes, because that's when the next dragon will come up.
Yep, that's going to be the important time. Of course, it's 4 minutes away from T1 starting off any Barons, which is of course their favorite thing to do. So we're just going to have to bide our time for a moment. So maybe do you think that I could go back to the story that I started about 15 minutes ago? Or that you started that I wanted to continue?
Yeah, he does have more farm than that.
Okay, so we were talking about when Darmon here at the time managed to win Worlds, and it was during a topside meta where Noguri and Showmaker could have just the greatest time ever. Ghost was really good at playing utility, and that was really...
Okay, oh my god,
hold that thought as immediately the Nami just explodes. Carrier turned into fish food here as the permafrost comes down. Owner in trouble as well. Showmaker collects that one. Perfect execution. Now going to be available as Canyon's diving on in. He wanted to tank that to see whether Showmaker could grab the kill, but instead he holds on to the ultimate.
He can take that
and
tower
they
down.
will just walk away with the 3 kills.
Before someone
I should start that story more often so that we can just get action anytime we want.
Yeah.
Craziest thing is that
like
overall,
I don't know how this
game
still
they will gain a considerable amount of control over the mid game, but because the wave was dropped on bot side,
just sets up every
doesn't build up as much of a hold as you might expect of a play like that. As I'm wondering how that continues. That was a cliffhanger if I've ever seen one. As very straightforward, carry out walking into one where the territory gets blown up immediately, and this decisiveness from D+ says, hold up.
Yeah, there's
Noguri just died.
Trying to watch it as we see this, and then it was Showmaker holding off. Now we've got another battle in this mid lane. Let's see whether this outer turret stays alive. Is Kasante immediately going to go down? Kana just caught napping there a little bit. Now T1 looking to get Shirley another charge onto this inner turret. He's dashing over towards depth here, but it looks like D+ here are going to be in trouble.
Kana just died out of nowhere.
To get depth out of there. And Sundisk is going to be put up. So now, the world's smallest
took down this tower, and they're going to take down
it looks like this inner turret's going to be given up. T1 really good.
They have a little bit more pressure on the map
to just capitalize off Kana being a little slow.
What I'm really afraid of is
really feels like one team, one player walks up and dies, and then they push two turrets. And then the other team, one player walks up, dies, and they take turrets. And this is just going to be swinging left and right until one of the teams makes a crucial mistake around the Baron. Look at that.
Yeah, heart monitor, seriously. And there are a lot of, I know, all of us have a lot of adrenaline running through our bodies right now because I could imagine that there is not a single person that doesn't want this to go 3 games. They just want as many games as possible. T1 currently in the lead. D+ here have just been... they've been better than I was expecting today, I'm not going to lie. I do have very high expectations and hopes for this team, but to beat T1 in their first matchup is not something that I personally put as highly likely on my bingo card, because I felt like they need the added time a lot more than what has felt like a well-oiled machine for quite some time now on the T1 side of things. 1 game away from being world champs last year. And it was Deft's miracle run that stood in their way. The amount of plot armor necessary to get through was too much. But this is still one of the most, if not the most, formidable team we have in the LCK.
I argue that a lot of what D+ Kia is showing it today really points
talking
to...
about Deft's...
Oh, never mind, I might have cursed them. I was thinking about giving Canyon praise, so that already...
this reflex
that's on me. As very important Drake, even individual amounts of Drake can make a big difference in how close these fights are.
Absolutely.
Why did Canyon
diving forward? Try and make this one work out. Showmaker standing guard as well as there's the flash in. Canyon just doesn't want to waste any time. Area now going to be able to flash away. Gets the tidal wave in, but doesn't find any joy. Showmaker ultimate now on cooldown. D+ Kia, not a lot of buttons left to press. T1, I think, have managed to get control as Gumayushi diving towards Deft. He does dash over the wall. He'll be fine. But the Drake, not so much. And T1, they get what they're looking for.
Crucially, also a lot more cooldowns and summoners invested by D+ Kia. Canyon, Showmaker both flashing there. Whereas for T1, only Carrier has to invest his. Also not the end of the world, as this attempt from Canyon, I do think that T1 was very aware that it was coming. You see Guma very much finger at the ready because just at the moment it goes over, they place a full ward. And as a result, it gets carry out. Not going to be enough. And then a lot of cooldowns are used trying to maybe bait something out of T1 with Showmaker going in there, not actually working out. First Drake does go over to T1.
And I can't believe that this is all like this much intensity for a lone Mountain Drake that isn't even sole point, but that's just how important it is. That's how much these fights mean in this game. And T1, you might be looking at the kill score and you're like, oh, but they're behind. But they're not. They've got 3 turrets, they have a lot of gold. Map certainly starting to get under their control, especially at this stage of the game. They have split push win condition for Zeus. He's starting to get strong. Gumayushi really feeling it right now. Has his 2 items built up. And this is Lucian Nami time.
What is
this is their moment.
I don't even know, like, the tank.
Very happy with how this game is.
T1 just start up the Baron.
Faker
I would question it, and it didn't work. But they don't, obviously. Going to play it a little bit safer here. Void Staff done for Faker is quite strong.
Like, no
Void's everywhere right now. As once again, Canyon feels like he's found someone. Ona in a whole host of trouble. The final chapter comes in, but he's able to do a mini Vault Breaker, gets himself out. Flash had to be used as well.
Not that okay, because, you know.
Showmaker to get out of the way of this one. Last remaining outer turret.
No, he doesn't have flash
going to be taken here by T1 as well, further extending that gold lead.
And whereas most of the fights have been won by D+, the actual gold, as you already alluded to, due to how well they've been taking turrets, does go to T1. T1 overall has incredible siege. They can either go for a lot of side laning pressure, as you pointed out. Zeus is getting into a slowly better and better position. Now has a level lead on Kana as well. Kana really...
CS lead.
Yeah. We saw that Kana, even though he was able to get that solo kill, as again, this matchup very Cassante favored early on, you need to then also turn it into team fight prowess, and that's where Kana kind of faltered, unable to get some plays done, targeted down in mid, maybe feeling like he was a little bit too tanky. Now, as a result, T1 have a lot more control on the map. They don't have to really take into account nearly as many turrets. Their outers are still standing as well. And until D+ pick up that standing gold, they will still remain behind, and with the dragon spawning in about 2 minutes, I think we're going to see some second item spikes come through as well. Perhaps Guma will even be able to finish his Lord Dominic's, which is going to be incredibly valuable into Cassante and Sejuani. And one of the issues that I think D+ has started to run into here that we're seeing is that their composition, unlike the previous game, we have Talia, who actually is a mid-range threat and a great deterrent. It's all short range. So as long as T1 tracks where the Sejuani is, that is the engage. Obviously, Showmaker can like dive in with a Yumi and do some heroics there. But generally, what you're going to rely on is Canyon starts the fight, and then as long as you keep track of where Canyon is, like T1's turn is amazing. So we saw very well in the previous dragon fight that they saw where Canyon was, absorbed the blow, and then their re-engage with Wave, with Azir, with Vi is incredible. So for D+, it is actually going to be very tough, I think, for them to find a great teamfight angle. If they do, if Kana gets a flank and smashes Faker or Guma into the rest of the team, right, or isolates them from the fight. If Canyon does hit an ultimate and Faker or Carrier are not really ready to try and zone and protect, and can buy Death to space that he needs. Infinity Edge as well, but I don't know. Should be able to get it before the Drake is done, but I don't know if he'll be able to get it and then get back to base in time for setup around this Mountain Drake. And at this point, with the damage that's available for both these teams, they can also just do that. So you also can't index too heavily on a Mountain Drake, because then you lose Nash, and that's very bad.
That is something that T1 will definitely take. If there's an opportunity to go to a Baron, they will take it.
Hey, even if there's no opportunity, they will try and take it.
Yeah, Deft with not quite enough money to finish off that Infinity Edge just yet. He needs a couple of hundred gold.
Ooh, that's big.
Before he gets there. And with 20 seconds to go, I don't think the Infinity Edge is going to be online.
Lord Doms is there for Guma. That's a big spike. Black Cleaver as well. Radiant Virtue done for Owner.
As she has Ignite.
And also massive amounts of mid control. They have the inner taken at the same time. And so D+ Gear needs to stay very close to their base.
It's
really hard to get out and try and defend this. So instead, they're going to give it up. They didn't get to those item spikes that we were talking about. And therefore, this Drake
really
does not belong to them. So, Soul Point, Mountain Soul Point for T1. And the statistical advantage that comes with this Mountain Drake as well.
Really
they picked up their
scary.
second one of the game.
Almost 20% extra MR and armor that you're going to have here is so big because if there are no Mountain Drakes in the game, the damage from champions like Cassante and Sejuani remains pretty relevant until like a later stage in the game, right? Where they actually have great base damage. Obviously, Cassante scaling off of MR and armor as well. Yeah. But if you're playing into a Mountain Drake, then the only damage that's going to be relevant is Showmaker and Deft. Deft, even though he has Zaid, isn't anywhere near being able
I don't think it matters at that
build
point.
any form of armor penetration. If that is the direction he does want to go into. Showmaker also going to void second here to try and counteract the amount of resistance that's available for T1, but it also makes DK pass their, I think, preferred way of fighting, which is isolate target, blow them up, and then buy space. Oh, the harder was Homer!
They're gonna have to flash out. Just didn't quite know the amount of bad guys in that area. Deft is gonna be able to lock down this red buff. So no flash to worry about here on the Vi, but that is the full extent of the good news for D+ here. They are still trying to figure out how to win this game. Because so far, T1 have dictated the pace for the last 15 minutes.
With his tenacity,
what it feels like.
He may have gotten the way as well, so I don't know.
Canyon getting into this Baron pit. A Baron would certainly be a great way to win the game.
Maybe he could have like.
They're going to start it off. Okay, Owner in the area as we spoke about.
Are they
They're going to try and get the teleport out from there. He's hit level 16 on this Jax. He's absolutely huge. T1 know exactly what's going on. No teleport to come forward just yet. D+, they can tank this for an extraordinarily long time as the teleport is going to come forward. Zayas diving into the pit. The Glacial Prison goes completely wide. And Faker is traded for Canyon. The Baron secured by the Vi as they dive on top of this area and take her out. Showmaker, the next target to be taken down. He's not going to be able to do anything here. Cassante falls. It's an ace. And T1 destroy D+ here.
And this time around, D+ don't find the turn. Canyon's ultimate doesn't hit anyone. And I was with you, Atlas. Them getting the teleport into itself was a win. But D+, I think maybe also recognizing that you gotta try and force T1 to make a mistake.
Oh my lord. Like,
try and go for it anyway.
Why did they
Unable
start
to
Baron?
do so, and game might not be over yet, but this is a lead of a different caliber than I think that we've seen thus far. Gonna be the inhibitor down, gonna be another inner here for T1.
Silent impact. Like, Jax is stronger than.
Let's have a look at it again. D+ here, they did have control of the pit. Maybe this is the time.
T1's really strong at fighting, like.
It really is. You see the amount of damage that Giliush is able to do, right? Ultimate hits no one, and with Vi still alive, the turn here from T1 is so well done, right? Owner goes in for the ultimate, and immediately Guma dashes back in. Really well played here by the Lucian, recognizing the amount of space that he has available, because a lot of the cooldowns were already gone, a lot of the damage from D+ immediately taken out of the fight.
Right?
And it makes the previous Seesaw look a little silly.
The carry's not behind. He's actually together
this
with
gold
the
lead
tanks, right?
is a very real
can
one.
just
and
go
on
in.
top of that, this is T1 that now get to use this Baron to perfectly set up for Mountain Soul. They already have most of the base of D+ here completely destroyed, so now the oppressive vision comes in.
Hey,
Fake can just
Atlas, you know what that means?
What does it mean?
Deal his damage like soldiers and stuff. He can go in
exactly what we want.
Because the AD carry is in there.
I don't know why we're whispering.
We will.
So yeah,
it's reverence. It's reverence.
Canyon,
reverence for the best.
Whenever there's a lot of reverence,
tried to separate himself.
Must occur. That is how it works.
This little circle of champions.
I wasn't sure.
Extendo
so
being
he
unable to
died first. Because he died first.
This is
Order and Zayas could finish the Baron.
D+ Kia, well and truly on the ropes. Still, they have the ability to win team fights. That Infinity Edge that we were talking about is done.
As Carrier,
none of these defensive tools
and
the Deft will require as this game goes on, and already can take so much damage. on this Cassante.
This gave like
T1 looking to break open
2-1 that we had to kill Canyon
in line, and this is the textbook way of winning the game. Just break down all the structures as Canyon dives on forward.
Okay, Zeus got
he
plans
gets
for
out of the
Carrier.
CC. Now he just turns the battle onto the Sejuani. Deft going golden. I don't know whether it's going to be enough. Emperor's Revive doesn't do anything at all here. As the Akali makes her way into the back line. Deft hiding back. It does so beautifully. Gumayushi is now dead. As Faker is fighting against Kana. Kana picks it up, finds the Q as well. As Zeus is in trouble. Showmaker backflipping on top of the Jax. And Carrier is just left to the wolves. T+ here. They do what I was just saying was impossible.
And now they're also going to deny the soul of T1. T1 won't be able. Surely it's just a single Drake. But these are the type of moments you can't afford against a team of D+. It's caliber as the amount of
I don't think Carrier could
absolutely beautiful,
here,
right? Canyon gets taken low, and then we do see they're trying to set up here for Deft, but as a result, both Showmaker and Kana get into the background. The chaos that is created here is huge. Yuma, sure, you pick up the Sejuani, but it is never worth it if it takes your life. As Deft is able to kite back successfully there, and then without the illusion gone, so much of the damage no longer available here for T1, and they're still in a great spot. There's still 2 inhibitors down, but it is showing you that you know the cornered polar bear is the most dangerous of all, and I don't even know what happens when you add an alpaca to the equation. As
that's a menagerie that should not be spoken about. I don't think it's too mystical. You really can't go there. G8 now completed for Deft. One of the reasons why that fight was so good was A, Flash was up for Zeri. Definitely a very important thing, but B, the stopwatch to deny cease and desist.
I don't think they played that well.
Was just so well done from Deft. You won't have the stopwatch in order to make that one happen, but you have to kill it twice now.
I don't think Zeus should have gone in.
Still, remember, yes, D+ gear, they got a Drake. What do you do? Your base is still completely destroyed.
You're still in shambles.
Try to kill Canyon.
Feeling a little better, and you see a possible avenue, but T1 also
they tried to kill
is a very smart team, so they will probably recognize this and say, well, we have complete map control, we have 2 inhibitors down, so we can just go for Baron. There was no reason whatsoever for them to take any big risks. Deft now also finished his GA. We do see Showmaker finishing the stopwatch as well.
I think that killing Deft was worse in this situation. I'm not saying
that as overall. Trying to hold on.
Kenny was trying to find some sort of angle.
Oh, and also Showmaker was
with the McHale's available here for Carrier. You saw already that that engage that you were talking about, the Glacial Prison that has been so important,
annoying Faker, so
can just be mitigated from whichever target it connects on. Gumayushi standing forward, does need to be a bit careful.
Doesn't have flash, so
isn't too worried as long as Carrier is around. Glacial Prison will connect there. Arizona will be able to walk out of it just fine. No McHale's necessary. The heal was used on the Nami. Now the Baron is what everyone's worried about.
Canyon doesn't have R.
Canyon gonna get spotted out alongside Deft there as this Baron's getting taken out so quickly. They have to get in there. Gumayushi taken down relatively low. Canyon doesn't have ult though. It's T1. They're going to teleport in. Showmaker finding itself some sort of flank. Doesn't get the backflip shuriken onto the Jax is now. D+ here gets some control of this pit. Canyon is extraordinarily low though.
DK is just going for the pitch again. I don't think with this. Okay, they can.
It's a big knockback. The Emperor's Divide this time is definitely a lot better. Deft is at full health though. Can he manage to get the kill? Counter-strike is just too good. Deft trying to stay alive. The GA is going to put him down, and he's not going to want to wake up at exactly that area. Kellen goes down as well. T1, yet another team fight, and this one means the game.
I knew it, like, there was no way DK could win, like, the fight. If they were in the mid, like, there was no way.
With that attempt from Cassante to try and salvage the fight, it looks close, but T1, decisive victory there.
That's it, guys.
Love them peeling off the Baron at the end there as well, identifying that, hey, we already got the teleport.